Hello people, I'm Tamara and I am sitting here in a little patch of plantain. This is plantain and it is pretty easy to recognize. A lot of people know this plant because it grows out of the cracks of the sidewalks. It grows on the trail sides where you walk, and it grows in your lawns. It grows on compacted ground, which is often the ground where we walk. And so it is named Plantago. Plantain, the Latin name is Plantago, named for the plantar region, which comes from the Latin for foot. So my foot, the plantain, here beside each other. Plantain grows where we walk. And because of that, and because it grows in most parts of the world, this is a plant that has been used for healing by many different cultures for millennia. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about its healing properties today because it's easy to recognize, it is safe to use, and anybody, children, pregnant women, elderly people, regular healthy people, all of us can benefit in many, many ways from plantain. So one of its really important and pretty well-known benefits is that it's a wonderful herb for first aid. And that is because it will help to heal any damaged mucous membranes in the body. So if you've got like a cut, a scrape, or whatever, and you're bleeding, it will help to heal those damaged tissues. And what you can do is just take a leaf and crush it up or chew it up and put it on where you were injured, and it will help to stop bleeding. It will help to fight off infection, and it will help the tissues to heal, and it will reduce inflammation in the meantime. And it works that way internally as well. So all the mucous membranes of the body, all the way from the head and the eyes and the nose, respiratory tract, lower respiratory tract, down through the gut, through the bladder, reproductive organs, anywhere where there's lining of mucous membranes, which means that there's an opening to the outside world somewhere in that lining, in that within that organ system. So there's an opportunity for foreign, maybe infection or something to get in. You have mucous membranes that line those areas, and they help to keep you protected. Those membranes help to keep you safe. And if they get damaged, if they get inflamed, plantain will help to heal them and thus support your immunity, fight off infection, and bring you back to good health. So notice just a little identification here, because I don't know if I pointed it out before. You've got this ovate shape. This is Plantago ovata, the ovate plantain. There's also a lance leaf, very long leaved, more like very wide blades of grass, a variety of plantain that we find all around here. But with both of them, the veins are kind of few, and they all go straight from the base of the plant up, all the way up towards the top. They're not going out to the sides, right? They're all just going upwards towards the top. And they really stick out on the back side of the leaf, right? They're very prominent. So in addition to being a first aid herb that you can use on cuts and scrapes, you can also use it for bites, and you can use it in general as a drawing agent. So if you get a bite or a sting and you've got like something stuck in there, a stinger or like some kind of a venom or something, spider bite or something like that, bee sting, you can do the same thing. Take a crushed up plantain leaf and ideally chew on it a little, because you get the enzymes from your saliva in there. They're going to be really helpful in getting it working with you. And you just put it right on and let it sit there. And it's the same thing if you have a splinter or a piece of glass or anything lodged in your skin anywhere. You just hold the plantain on there and it will draw it out, and it works incredibly well. It's amazing. And then it will help to heal the damage that it caused. Also, I lead a lot of plant identification walks all throughout the growing season, and I always try to point out plantain to people. I find that kids will remember it often, and they'll use it the next time they get a cut or a scrape or a bite or whatever, or their friend that's with them gets one. They'll know about the plantain, and they'll look for it and find it easily, and grab a leaf and do it, and it works really well. But also, sometimes I'm out on plant walks with people where they are sneezing, they got watery eyes, they're reacting to pollen somewhere in the air. And I have seen this plant help to reduce inflammation in, like, from hay fever and such, inflammation all through the face, the eyes, the nose and such, just by eating a leaf. You can chew on and like swallow, eat 1 or 2 leaves, and give it about, let's give it a few minutes, maximum 20, but probably less than that. And it just helps to dry everything up and clear it up. And if the symptoms come back in a couple hours, eat another leaf. It's not going to help to heal the cause of the allergies, but it's anti-inflammatory all through here, and it will help to dry up all the excessive drippiness and such. So it's just so helpful to have around, and it's everywhere. I mean, I dare say that if we could only have one plant medicine that we could work with, this might be the one that I would suggest we go with if we had the choice, because it is so versatile. So while it helps to stop bleeding and heal tissues like on the skin, it also works that way internally. It also works that way in the mouth. You can use it as a poultice on a tooth abscess if you need to like draw out the stuff in the abscess, and it'll help to relieve pain and heal that and heal any infection in there. You can use it in the respiratory tract for respiratory infections, for damaged lungs, to help heal and restore the tissues. And like bring more strength and integrity if they're all kind of loose and irritated. Same thing in the gut. I have worked in my herbal practice with people who have come to see me with colitis or Crohn's or other inflammatory bowel stuff, and I'll suggest to them, if you have this growing at your place and you have access to it, you should eat it or put it in your, make tea with it, put it in your smoothies, have some regularly, because it will heal the damaged membranes in the gut, and it will help to reduce inflammation there. And I've seen incredible results. So I really recommend getting to know this plant and making use of it when you can, and remembering that, you know, it was so well used and so well loved, it has been over time, so that people, when they would harvest it, like when they were on trails traveling, this would be a herb that would be harvested, and then when it was in seed, there's no seeds right now for me to show you, but it gets a tall green seed stalk, like long, elongated, and then they turn brown. When the seeds are ripe, if people were harvesting it at that time, they would scatter the seeds along the trail so that this plant could propagate and thrive in the area. And then other future travelers who came through the area would also have the opportunity to benefit from it if they needed it. So thank you, Plantain. I am so grateful to know you and have you here, and I hope that others might come to appreciate all your beauty and merits as well.